Hello everyone, this is Ryan Opp, and I'm going to show you Wild Prizefighters, the web game, and also a little bit of the actual card game. So if you go to rytracer, rytracer.com/WP for Wild Prizefighters, you will get to this page right here. And of course here you can play Wild Prizefighters, see the high score list. You should get on the high score list by playing the single player mode and trying to do the best you can. You can read the rules here, but I'm going to go over them right now, and then you can watch a playthrough video. That'll be this. Very meta, isn't that? And you can go to the Facebook group and talk about it. And if you do play this and you have any comments, I encourage you to go to the Facebook group and tell me your thoughts. The game has changed many times since I started the online testing version, because you can test it so fast. So your thought may become an official change, and I would probably try to reward that once this ever gets kickstarted or with publisher, but you know, no promises. We'll see. Anyway, you go here to play Wild Prizefighters, and it's going to load real quick. Loads pretty quick. And then it asks you your name. You're going to want this for the high score list. This is where it asks you before the game rather than after. So I always go by Rhino here. That's Ryan O. See, that's cool. All right, here we go. I'm going to skip this part and come back to it. This is the first thing it shows, and this is about your gambling. But I think I want to show the basic boxing format first. So we'll just go into the next thing here. That bell means a round is starting. Right now we are in fight number 1 of 4. 4 fights makes a whole game. We're in the warm-up round, and it tells me to choose my boxers. So I'm the bottom player. These boxers across the bottom are the ones I can choose. And when the computer player picks a boxer, it'll be up here. Now let me show you. In the physical card game, we got these boxing cards. Okay, they've got an animal. There's the camera. Alright, they got an animal with 5 animals above it, 5 animals below it. And the ones that are above that animal, in this case the turtle, will beat that turtle, and the ones below it will lose to the turtle. If you ever want to see any of the cards in the game, you can right click on any boxer, whether it's in your opponent's lineup, your lineup, or even sitting out here. So like I can right click on the rooster, and it shows me that card. For the most part, you aren't going to need those cards because these arrows will tell you what you need to do here. Also, anytime I say right click this whole video, I also mean long click on a phone. So if you hold in the button on this rooster here, it'll bring up that card. Okay. So we can see who beats who here with the arrows, and that this chipmunk thing, I think it's a beaver, would win against the crocodile and the kangaroo, but not the rooster. So then if I hit OK, oh wow, he plays the rooster. How about that? Which was actually somewhat random because the computer is. And if you have the physical card game, you can simulate all this with a die roll. I have some special dice for this. But in this case, he did play to take it. What's going to happen is these 2 cards, they are cards, will go into my opponent's resting pile right here. They have 1 card in their resting pile off the deal. I have 1 card in my resting pile off the deal. There's also the ref is out. The ref always goes to the player that loses that punch. That ref's going to go to mine, and he becomes a red card, so you'll see him in there. Also, the consolation card, which is under the ref here, will also go to me. So after I do this, there will be 2 more cards here. There'll be 1 more card in the ref card here, and when I hit OK, well, now it's asking me if I want to choose an upset or move on. Upsets, like if I hit this upset for a win, I would win this trick even though the computer should win it. I can't select the upset for a loss because I'm not going to win this one, so it wouldn't change it to a loss. So if I have an upset for a win and an upset for a loss, only one's going to be applicable. I'm not going to play either of those. And you'll also notice when I use an upset, I drop $300 right up here. or if I undo it, then my $300 comes back. So that it does cost you $300 to use an upset. The computer has 4 upsets, whereas you only have 2. That's just because the computer is otherwise not very smart. So if I do this, like I said, 2 more cards ended up here, and the consolation card and the ref card ended up here. The computer is now taunting, and you can tell that by the orange box here. In order to taunt a player, either you or the computer must have a boxer that can beat everybody in the other person's lineup, which in this case that kangaroo does. He could not taunt with the crocodile. If a taunt happens, the opponent has to play 2 people. Like I can't even hit OK. I hit OK and it doesn't do anything until I select another boxer as well. So he got both of those. When this happens, this computer is going to get all 3 of these cards here in his resting pile. He'll have 6 cards there. And I'll be out of cards down here, so my resting pile will fill up. Also, the ref is in the resting pile, so the ref's going to come back out. And every time the ref comes out, we advance to the next round. So watch all this happen. There we go. It happened. Okay. So now I have no one in my resting pile. I only had 2 people there before. You'll note we're now in round number 1. So that warm-up is like round 0. And there's no goal cards for round 0. So, you know, whatever. Because it's impossible to win or lose in that round. So now if I want to win this, I'll play the elephant. By the way, the computer is going first because it won the last trick, and that's always how it determines who goes first. You'll note if I click on this guy twice, I can taunt, but that doesn't do anything in this case because there's only 1 boxer, so I'm not going to get an extra out of it, but just for kicks I will. And then it asks about the upset again. It's always going to ask about the upset, so get used to double tapping this OK if you're not going to play an upset. And so we just do this for a while. You know, if we run out of people at the same time, we're both going to fill up. Note that ref card is right there, so you got to watch that to see like when. Oh, he's taunting. Look, see how the dog boxer has 3 blue arrows coming off of it, so it can beat all my guys. So I'll go ahead and give another one, and then that guy's gonna do that. So you just do this until one person has all the cards. So let me see if I can make that happen. I mean, I can lose. I am about to lose. When you're about to lose, that'd be a really good time to use an upset unless you want to lose. Now I'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, so I could upset this, and then I get those, and I've got this one. But now that upset's gone for the whole rest of the game, or the rest of the fight, not the rest of the game. I'll get more upsets for the next fight. Oh, I can taunt now. I think I will. Get a couple extra guys there. I'll taunt here again too. Get both of those. Oh, he's taunting. So, you know, it's kind of hard to get this to wrap up. So you'll see we run through the rounds pretty quickly here. And especially when everybody seems to have a taunt back and forth, which doesn't always happen. There, I got one. Oh, he just used an upset. Did you see that? The computer will throw in an upset every once in a while. When something's been upset, you can't upset it back. So watch out for that. I'm going to try to finish him off here real soon. We're in the 7th already. The fight will only last 10 rounds at most. There, he did another upset. He's now out of upset for wins. He only has 2 of those. Alright, now I'm going to finish him off. So both of those, unless I did an upset for a loss, which I could, to give him my Panda Fighter and give him more, which I might want to do if I've won too early, because this is all about timing. So we're going to be looking at that. Right now I'm just doing a win in round 7, which is none of my goals, which I skipped over the goals part, and I'm going to go back. But my goals were to either dive to the mat, that's losing all my guys, in round 9, round 1, or round 8. And I'm going to win in round 7. So that's going to trigger this just win category. I'll get to that. All right, that's one fight. That's how that works. Okay, I'm gonna start this over because I'm gonna actually try to play like decent here, but I don't know. This is not a setup game, so like I could do poorly. Now these green ones say knock them out in round 6, 8, or 3. So those are going to be my goals. And here's my bet right here in the middle. You actually started with $2,000, but the bet automatically comes out in each round. You can use less, and as I go down on this arrow, my money goes back into my account. Go up, it comes back out. 500 is the max. I can't go beyond that with my clicks here. Also, if you right click or long click on a phone, you can go by 500 increments, so up to the max, you know, whatever. Those are things you can do to speed things up. But I always have you, the computer just automatically takes out your maximum bet for that round if you can afford it, or up to how much money you have, so that you get the best results. But you can choose to bet less. Okay, so then these are my goals. I can only fulfill one of them because the game ends when you fulfill one, right? So, I'm probably looking at this round 3. It's also worth the most money, and then it also says that plus down at the bottom. It says I'll pay 2,500 plus 2,000. That 2,000 is based on this multiplier I have here. At this time, I can move my multipliers around. I get a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 to mix around. So if I put a 1 here, that's just getting my money back, really, the 500 I spent for the wager. But if I get a 4 here, that's going to get my money back plus 3 more times my money. But it doesn't think that way, you know. It's more like just you spent the money and then you get 2,000 bucks, which is 4 times 500. Now, if I win in any other round besides 3, 8, and 6, it's going to trigger this just win category, which doesn't come with the bonus above it of like 2,500 or 1,800 or 2,500 here. Just straight up what I put in it. So if I'm not very good at this game and I just want to practice winning, I'll put probably my big one right here. Also over here it says it has an order that's recommended, which is actually 1, 3, 2, 4. I'm going to set that up in the order of chronologically on my rounds. This is a strategy some people use. Well, some people could use if more people played the game. So if I put the 3 over here, I'm just switching places with these. When you click 1, it lights up, and then you switch it with another one. Okay, so I put 1 here because that's the first one that happens chronologically. Then 3 here, then 2 here, then 4 here. So if by the 8th round I still haven't been able to knock him out, I'll try for a knockout in the 9th, 10th, or after the bell at in the 10th round, which just gives the win to whoever has the most boxer cards, not a full knockout, and get 4 times my thing. The reason that it's recommended to go in this order is because of how it affects your reputation. Up here, my reputation is 0. So when you have a 0 reputation, you get the 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I get to a +1, which will happen if I hit the 4, then I'll only have a 3, 2, 1, 0. And if I start losing real bad, my reputation will go negative, and I could get up to a 2, 3, 4, 5 situation. If you want more information on that, come up to the logo here and either click or long click, and it'll tell you what your maximum odds will be based on your reputation. So if you have a -3 or less, you get a 5x as your top one, and -2 to 0 is a 4x, and a +1 is only a 3x. Because each fight goes up in the amount of maximum wager we can put on it, it's going to go up by 500 every fight. That's why it's telling me right now, if you're really smart and really confident in your abilities, you're going to first try to drop your reputation so that you can have 2 fights that will have a 4 payout when the money gets better. So this is actually what I want. It's a little counterintuitive, but if you study it, it is in fact correct. Okay, so that's, oh, and also I can change my upsets. If I want 2 upset for wins, I just have to click one of these to move that X over. You know, and if I want 2 upset for a loss, is to do that. But right, it always starts you out thinking you'll probably just want 1 of each because that's the most control you have. But if I had like a round 1 knockout, it really might be a good idea to get 2 upset for a wins. But I'm gonna go 1 of each here, and we'll jump into the first fight, and I'll actually play like a minute. Okay, I'm gonna start coming out swinging. So this guy who can only beat the pig and loses the other 2 is a good guy to play because, well, maybe not great. Oh, see, he could have taken the next 2 if he had played the turtle, but he didn't. So I've got a big head start. I don't want to get too crazy here though because, you know, if I win too early, then I'm just going to get this 4x without the bonuses, and the bonuses are great. So I'll put this rooster here who loses, and I'll actually give him 1 more card, and looks like 1 more card. But then I'm going to come back, and as soon as my pile runs out, we're going to see that ref again because he's within the top 3 cards. He doesn't take up a spot in your lineup. You'll draw 4 cards if the ref is one of them. So now we're in round 2. Okay, so I really need to think about like finishing him off now by the 3rd round. So I'm going to taunt these 2 guys out, but he upsets for a win, and that's really what's going to throw off your game is his occasional upsets. Because I'm pretty sure I can't get that round 3 now, so I'll be working on the round 6. Well, maybe I can. No. See, even if I upset this for a win, the ref's coming out and no, actually I can. Yeah, this could work. This could work. I'll be in the 3rd. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So I upset that for a win because that was a critical punch there that was important to have. Now if I taunt this guy out, these 2 guys out, this will be the win in the 3rd, and this thing will light up and it'd be, hey, you got that. Okay? And there's the sound that, hey, that one's over. I have all 9 cards. I have knocked him out in the round 3. So I got the 2,500 plus the 500, basically getting my money back on that. Plus up here, if you see this, it says boxing win equal 2,000 and boxing loss equals 1,000. Those are always, regardless of if you do these down here, just based on whether you won or lost. So all total, 25 and 5 is 3,000, and another 2,000 is 5,000. It says I gain 5,000. This is my current money, 1,200. So I'll go up to 6,200, but immediately you won't see that 6,200 for a second because it's already going to pull out my 1,000 for the wager for the next one. I should probably put in some animations and things to show that slower, but that's where it went. And if I want to get back up to that 6,200, I just take my wager away. But I want my wager back. Oh, I've got all losses this time. Okay, now it's telling me recommended is to go 3, 4, 2, 1. I wouldn't go 4 because I want to keep my reputation low but still steady. So the 3s and 2s keep your reputation the same. Oh, you'll note I now have a -1 reputation, so that in the 4th, or the 3rd and the 4th fight, I can go 4 each. So I will leave the 3 here, and the 4 there, and the 2 there, and the 1 there. It actually is how I want it. Now, if I was going for a more aggressive approach, see, I like to give myself all the options when I'm just going for a decent score, but if I'm really trying for like the best score, I would put this 3 over on this one because that one pays me 4,100, and that's the one I really want. And I just skip round 1, like not even trying to do that one. But I like the multiple options, and I'm going to show you that strategy first. Since I'm trying to lose in round 1, it just makes sense to go with 2 upset for losses here too. So we'll go ahead and try that, and we'll just feed him guys the whole time. So the only people that can win here are these 2. The mouse doesn't win against anybody. Oh, I should talk about the mouse. Look at the mouse's card. He loses to all 9 of the basic boxers, and all the basic boxers are, in a rock, paper, scissors sort of way, equal. They're non-transitive hierarchy, so no card is better than any others, but the mouse is definitely the worst. You'll see him on the end of everybody else's card. you know, just being a little doofus. So he loses to everybody except the lion, which will also be in this round. So, or in this fight. The fights change each round. Fights change each fight. So in the first fight, it was just the basic 9 boxers, and you saw the sitting out guys were the lion and the mouse. Here, the sitting out guys are the rooster and the pig, which were just randomly chosen. I can still look at their cards. And if I do, I might note that, let's see. I'm not seeing it. Oh, gosh, the dog. Look, the dog is in the bottom of both of their cards. See, the dog's here. The dog's not in the bottom of both of their cards. Okay, let me just look. Kangaroo, elephant, panda, beaver. Panda. The panda is in both of their cards. So the panda is now going to be a stronger character than he was because 2 of the 4 basic boxers that could beat him are gone. And that might be something to keep in mind if I really want that. But you know, I really try not to think about all the little emblems on the card because once these arrows are up, it's just super easy to just play that way. So I do. So he's going to do that and get those guys. I'm going to play the mouse. Oh, he's upsetting for a loss. These guys are going to come to me. I think that's okay. All right. I have a lion that I don't want. The lion beats everybody except the mouse. That's the tricky stuff when the lion and the mouse comes in. So I'm gonna get rid of him with an upset for a loss. And I just sent him over there. Okay, so I'm not going to make. It's really hard to get first round stuff done because of those upsets, and that kind of screwed me. So the 1 is not going to happen because we're already in round 1. As soon as my stuff as soon as my elephant and crocodile are gone here, I'm going to pull out 1 more card in the ref, and we'll be in round 2, which will miss my opportunity. So I'm going to start winning again because I'm going for that dive to the mat in round 7. It looks like. Now, let's see how the arrow from the mouse to the lion is red for me. That's a good thing. The red arrows are my jam. Please don't play the lion. There we go. I don't want the lion now because I am trying to lose in the 7th, but I'm gonna try to keep dancing. So you gotta keep, since I know he's got that powerful lion card. I gotta keep a good supply of boxers going. That upset for win that he just played against me was kind of harsh. I mean, I'm on the ropes. I don't have any people here. I would like to try to keep my head above water here. Okay, we're in the 5th. I'll be thinking about ending it here in the 7th when I can. It's getting real close here. I might lose in the 6th. Shoot. Yep. Okay, there was nothing I could do. I don't have an upset for a win because I took those 2 upset for losses. So this guy outplayed me. I'm going to lose without being in a round I wanted to lose. I'm going to get a measly $1,000, and I'm not even going to light up any of these. Okay? So that's just about to happen. That just happened. And sorry, I'm adjusting my screen. Okay. So when that happens, yeah, I got $1,000. But the good thing is I lost 2 reputation. Okay? So I have gotten, yeah, if you don't accomplish anything down here, you lose 2 reps. And now I have the 5 available. And the bet is now as high as 1,500. I can go lower, but I can't go higher. And I've got a mixed group, which is, it's not unusual, actually. It's more common. But in the last 2 rounds, I only had all wins and all losses. Okay, I'm going to set these up 5, 4, 3, 2 in the order they come. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's how they already are. And then look at the payouts: 4,100, 4,000, and 2,200. Now, when you're playing this, you'll note that the knockouts are going to be substantially less than the losses, but they're going to be about $1,000 less because you get also that boxing win and boxing loss purse. So when I'm looking at this, I should really think of this, anything that's in green compared to orange, as another 1,000 higher. So this is 3,200 and 4,000 and 4,100. So still the best deal, both for earliness and for big money, is on the 7. So I'm happy with the way this is all set up. And we're going to try to lose in the 7th. Okay, how is fight 3 different than fight 2 and 1? Now we have just one boxer sitting out, and it's the elephant. We also have a boxer here on this side, and that one will switch with anybody who taunts. Taunts and gets 2 boxers out of it. So he starts with that. So if I taunt here, I'm going to get the mouse, and this turtle will actually end up here on the side. And it does. The mouse is now deep in my pile somewhere. And now the computer is going to taunt, and the lion will end up out here on the side. And he has the turtle somewhere in his thing. So that's an interesting thing that happens on the round 3. Just trying to keep my head above water here. This is gonna get bad. Alright, yeah, I'm a complete loser in this one. Let's see what happens. I've definitely not going to lose in the 3rd. I'm gonna upset that one. It's still looking ugly. But if I play correctly... Oh! And he upset it right there. Okay, this is not a good demonstration of how awesome I am, but you know, it is a good demonstration of how the game can sometimes kick your butt, because he's about to win in the 3rd. Again, I'm going to go down 2 reputation to -5, and I'm only going to get $1,000. And yeah, so I hope I can make that up in the final, because now if I do 5 times 2,000, I can get a big 10,000 on this. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's exactly how we want it. That's what they're recommending. Of course, being in the last round, you would go for your highest thing. So I'm going to try to knock out in the 3rd. This is also like 3,500 compared to a 38, compared to a 17. The at the end lose by decision. That's if you have fewer cards after the 10th bell is rang. That's never very good. And also you might notice that the promoter slot is better than the hustler, which is better than the gambler, usually. So there's some things going on in the game. I've got these 2-sided. Oh, you can't even see those because of the glare. But they got the 2-sided cards. This one's a first rounder, and there's the dive. There's the knockout, and you randomly put these up in front of those slots, and it tells you then how much money you're going to earn. All right, let's kick this one off. He's starting out strong. Good grief. Okay, here we go. We're gonna, and he's got the lion. All right, I want that lion. Oh, how is the 4th round different? Fourth fight. I've got to say, fights and rounds are different. In the 4th fight, nobody is sitting out. All 11 cards are in the mix. But if you use an upset, it kills the person who was gonna win that trick. So if I will remove the lion with this, which is better than nothing. I mean, I'd rather have him myself to try to go for the 3rd round knockout, but he's going to be out here. And the computer will do that too. Less often, only 2 of their upsets will knock out a player, because then it's more like the other game. You'll see used an upset and nobody left. But alright, we're in round 2. It's time to get serious. Time to shiest. okay, now I want to lose one so that I can take the ref. This is a very advanced tactic here. I want the ref in my stack, not in his, because then we'll get to round 4. Round 4 before he... Oh, shoot. But he's asking for 2. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get him in this round. I might. Oh, and then he upsets again, and this time he took out the crocodile. Alright, he's using up a lot of his upsets, so hopefully we'll get a less chaotic end game. We're in round 4 though, so now I'm going for that dive in the round 8. That's pretty much... Oh, shoot. Now I'm accidentally going to win, which I don't want to do yet. I want to lose in the 8th. So I will use an upset for a loss to keep things good. But that only kills the dog and doesn't actually put me in a better spot. So that was actually a bad idea. So I got this one, which was just win. You know, I just won in the 4th. None of my goals had anything to do with that. So I got 2 times the $1,000 we put in, or the $2,000 we put in, plus $2,000 for the boxing win, which is $6,000. You'll see I finished with a score of 8,500. That is not very good, and a -5 reputation, which doesn't matter. You know, you can finish with whatever reputation, but that's going to go on the high score list, and you're going to see it's going to go pretty close to the bottom for this week. So there's a weekly high score list and a all-time high score list. You see some of my, and I'm pretty much the only person who's been playing this, so all these rhinos here chalk up to, I've gotten 33,000 before. That's a very good score. It's about as good as you can do. Although I mean, if all the cards fell just right for you, you could I think the maximum score is 43,000 something, but that's darn near impossible. Getting the 30,000s is going to be your big goal. That's it. If you want to see me, it's been 32 minutes. I might try another one just because that was so pathetic for a score. And I'm going to try the other strategy now of skipping ones that have a lower count so that I can get good stuff. So like this is like a 30, no, these are +1. So this is like a 3,200 compared to a 23, and this is a 4,000, so that's obviously the best one. So I'm going to put the 1 there since that's the most recommended thing. After I'm done with the 8th, there's not, if I miss the 8th, there's not going to be much else to do but go for a basic win. So I'll just basically put the 3 there, and before that, these 2 are like, doesn't really even matter where they are. So yeah. Okay, so we'll try for a win in the 8th here. Win in the 8th. He's already coming out with it, and I can play this really fast. And I'm actually looking at things. Oh my gosh! But I was not paying attention there. As I'm beating the snot out of my opponent and not realizing that. Yeah, probably because I'm talking. I don't know. Oh, shiced. And he's on me here. Okay, I need this one. All my upsets are gone. There's something. We're in the 4th. You don't have to upset. That right there I almost did. I mean, I could have. I mean, not upset, taunt. But that would have been a little too detrimental to him. Oh my gosh. He's just really playing those upsets, but it's okay. I've got him on the ropes, ready to take him out. Oh, in the 5th? Oh, I'll take him out in the 5th. I can't now. Never mind. Oh, because I lost so early? No, wait. What am I talking about? I'm still going for the 8th. That's my deal. That's my jam. Okay. think about this through here. Yeah, I'll take 1. I'll give him this one. Now we're in the 8th. Now I got him. Okay, that's a pretty good payout. 5,500 to my 9. I only had 900 because I used both my upsets. And my reputation went down, which I was actually hoping it to on this first battle, because then I can sit at that -1 rep for a little bit. Okay, looking at this, we got a 35 compared to a 33 compared to a 36. So again, that high one in the 9th is my jam. I'm gonna put this here. I'll put these like that. Okay, here we go. Now the lion and the mouse are out in here somewhere. And we gotta watch out for them. I've got the lion, it looks like. Somewhat happy with that. I'll use him to good effect. I'm trying to lose in the 9th. Always try to remind yourself of the goals, because if you forget, you might be sad. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, I'm just hanging on here. Accidentally winning would not be good yet. Oh, I don't want to win at all, actually. I want to lose. Alright, at some point I've got to feed him the lion with... So first I need to feed him the mouse. Not right now, though. Oh, there he took the lion with an upset, so I'm happy-ish that he has that lion. And he's gonna... I'm gonna take both of these guys, because I'm worried about that lion there. Okay, we're in the 8th. I need to win 1, so I have something to come on to here. Actually, yeah, I better win this one. I don't want to win this one. That's not a thing. Okay, we're in the 9th. This is my last guy. And got it. Okay, so some clever use of the upsets can get you what you want here. Alright. Yep, I got a big payout. I already have way more money than I had in the last game combined, and we're only in the 3rd fight here. Alright, so looking at this, we got a 2,300, a 3,000, and this is like a 4,000. So that's where I'm heading my 4 with. I'll put the 3 out here for afterwards. I will arrange those like that, just for kicks. I'm going to try to win in the 8th. And then we've got that Rochambeau, or the do-si-do thing going on with this guy on the side whenever you taunt. So keep that in mind. It's happening. I don't want that guy. I can change my mind before I hit OK. Did you see that? That's a thing that's very possible to do. And right now I'm trying to lose a little bit, because I know I've got that lion up my sleeve, which keeps me pretty happy. I'm going to give him a little bit. It's all about the dance. Got to give him a little bit. I need him to have this one, so I'm going to lose to him. I'm going to give him a bona fide loser there. We're in the 4th. Alright, so we're still coming up here. Perfect. Now you can imagine in a 2-player game, like, the other person has complete control over who they're playing, and you can't, like, figure out trends that the computer tends to do, which computer's largely random, but they also like to win a little bit. If they have taunts, they'll take them. In this case, out of those 3 boxers, they pick the one that wins. So it is a thing. Oh, I need to start winning in this 8th. This is me now. This is where I come back. Big comeback here. Shoot. I may have done it too early, though. I need him to have 1 boxer ready, and then I'll get him. This is tough. Okay, it's okay if he wins this one, because the ref will go to my pile, and I'll have time to get him later. So I will upset that one, and then I'll get these 2 guys. Boom. Got it. Had to use both my upsets, but it worked out well. Now I got another 11,000 on top of what I already had. Okay. And we're flying into the fourth fight here where all the boxers are present, but they get taken out with upsets. This is like a 26, that's a 26, and that's a 33. So this is my best shot right here, but I'll put the 3 right here because I have another bonus after the third round to hit, and then I'll put the 2 up here. And that should hedge my bets nicely. I'll try to get a loss in the third. Which is good. He starts with the lion. I don't know that until we steal the cards. Oh, I don't want to take him with that mouse. Ooh, this is rough. All right, I've got to take this one. I missed it. He's killing me in the second. Oh, but hey, that's one of my goals. So actually, I got a little something for it. I got my money back, and I got another 2,600. So that was lucky that I had that goal because I had completely ignored it. So I got my 5,600 plus my 19.2 makes for a 24.8. That's 3 times better than we had last game. So I submit that score. What did I say that was? 24.8? Yeah, what's today? Oh yeah, it's this one right here. This one is exactly another 24.8, but I got it yesterday, so it's going to be higher on the high score list because it happened first. But these fall off after a week, so you know you might have a shot even if you get a low score. 24.8's also good enough to get right at the bottom of the all-time list. And then click this to go back to that menu. Don't use the back button because occasionally I've had problems with it duplicating scores if you do use the back button in your browser. That's it. I'm going to upload this video to right here where you can see it. And then thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you play some Wild Prize Fighters. Thanks. Bye.